It's
Welcome
funny.
once again, guys, to another episode of the Mists of Barrovia. We join our party once again, adventuring through these lands, trying to sort out the Devil's Strahd. So we have two of our party in places unknown at this point in time, in a dungeon somewhere, having just effected a jailbreak in a nice dark, deep area unbeknownst to the rest of the party. The rest of the party is still split up. Kind of. One member is obviously not with us today, and so they are basically getting drunk in a tavern at this point in time. And two members are leaving the winery to head back to the town of Valaki to escort a wine delivery to ensure that it reaches its destination safely. And it is there that we pick up from this week, just leaving the winery itself en route to the town of Valaki. What would you two like to do on that journey?
What would we like to do on this journey?
Um,
Admire the scenery?
yeah, yeah, really. I mean, there's not a whole
Yeah, I
lot
mean,
to
there's
do,
some
right?
such wonderful
Uh,
scenery. I mean, it'll take roughly an hour to get from the winery itself to the village of, sorry, to the town of Valaki. So you have about an hour to basically spend doing whatever you want to do.
Okay.
um,
Who else is in the carriage with us? Is it just the two of us, or did any of the winemaking family
So the
come
two
along for the ride?
brothers are commanding the vehicle. They are basically driving it and getting it on the way. So you two are literally just passengers for the ride.
Okay. I guess like after she gets bored of admiring the scenery, because I guess there's only so much forest you can sort of
Pretty
like
much.
admire. Um, Mal's gonna turn to the brothers and she's gonna sort of clear her throat. And she's gonna be like, so mind if we ask you about a bit of information about that house we were looking to acquire a certain item from?
House, you say? Oh, what house?
Well, you know, there's this one family in Valaki who I hear is on a bit of a friendly basis with Strahd, and there's a certain item in their home somewhere that we would like to acquire for the purposes of doing the opposite of that.
Yeah, well, you must be talking about the Wachters there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that I think
they're a
that's
nasty bunch.
so we're here. Any stories you can tell us? Any do's, do nots,
Well,
potential
howdy, people.
fatal weaknesses?
if you're fixing to steal
I've
something from them, I'd suggest not getting caught. That wouldn't end
How
well for
big
you.
is the family?
I mean, yeah, step one of stealing.
How big is the family, you say? Well, oh,
How many members?
if I recall correctly, there's 5 of them in Valaki.
Two.
5 of them. So what is that? Mom, dad, 2.5 kids.
Well, that'd be two sons and a daughter, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Are they well known for anything other than having affiliations with Strahd? Anything that would um, we should know about, especially
The
powers.
2 boys are known for being tricky bastards.
Tricky like scamps or tricky like hooligans that you wouldn't want to run into on a dark night.
Tricky like they'd just as soon take your purse as they would be friends with you.
Huh, my kind of folk.
Perhaps if they're paid the right amount, we can get them to switch alliance.
Well, they do say everyone has their price, but I mean, it'd have to be quite a large sum to get them to turn against their mother.
We'll see what we can work out.
I'd wish you luck with that. Is there anything else you're wanting to do on the journey? Or?
potatoes.
Have you heard any
No, we are
rumors
not
of
going there with potatoes.
Boil and mash and stick 'em in a stew.
No,
Sorry, I'm not
no,
even there.
no potatoes. There are no potatoes in sight.
Damn.
Oh dear me.
What
I
was
wasn't
you
even
saying with
there for the
potatoes? I
potatoes.
think there was pasta at one point as well.
Yes,
I'll
there,
just
there was pasta and potatoes.
I'll just look over the
Oh,
brothers and
potatoes and molasses. Okay, no, we're getting wildly off track. Stop.
We are,
I
yes.
No more potatoes.
I'll look over at the brothers and ask them if they've heard any kind of have you heard any strange tales or any interesting things that are worth mentioning. You know, anything at all about the town of Valaki?
The town of Valaki? Not much goes on there apart from the damn festivals that bloody burgomaster keeps throwing every week. Thinks he's going to fix the entire town with a damn festival.
About that seems rather strange. Doesn't that have a festival every week? And the children, what is it about the children?
Oh,
Something about
everyone's got to
children
attend. Oh, all people. He wants everyone to be merry and have fun in this dismal land. It's just never going to bloody happen.
Well, not a Strahd, that's for sure.
Well, exactly.
No, I'm glad to know you're on the right side, anyway.
So, like, does anything happen to people who don't comply with this children required rule?
Oh, you don't want to be doing that now. You don't even want to mention anything about those festivals. Anyone that says a bad word about them ends up in the stocks.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a fate one want to avoid. Uh-huh.
Huh. Well, thank you for the information. It's good to know.
Anything else you
That's
want
all
to
I've
do?
got.
I don't think so. I can't think of anything else that you would want to ask.
Cool. Yes, I mean, conversation doesn't take up that much time there. So, it would just be a case of fast forwarding essentially to arriving at the town gates. And unlike your prior arrival, where you were met with high suspicion, the gates are flung open at the sign of the wine. There is massive cheering. The guards calling out that the wine delivery is here, and everyone is now happy that the wine has finally arrived. And with that, we'll jump back to a dungeon in a far-off place in this land, where there are currently two creatures climbing a staircase out of the dungeon. And let's just move back to that map now, shall we? Which one was it? I believe it was this one. Yes, it was. It was that one. So we'll just drop down here and change maps. So, you are in fact, it'll be a different map. Yeah, map 11 that you will be going up to. If I just change over to this and figure out where it is that goes up to. Oh shit, where is it go up to? I believe it's that one. I'm not sure. Which one is this? Up to 12. So which one goes up to map 12? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that one there. Really? Is it that one? Can't be that one. Down to map 12, but then... Oh, I hate these maps. These maps are a pain in the ass.
What were the architects thinking?
Up 80 feet to map 11. Up 70 feet to map 11. So this is going to be... and then this is the main one, so it's got to be that. Yeah. Oh. These both go up to map 3. But that's the only one that goes down. So yeah, it's got to be that. Well, be that one as well. God damn it! I'm gonna have to look at the actual map on here now. Anyways, so let's get you guys moved across so you can get the map loading at least. There we go. Right. Let's now find the map in here. Fun, fun, fun. What is this? This is map 11, which is that one. That one there. 11. Up to map 3. But where is down map 12?
Great map.
Oh, excellent
The
map.
whole
I was going to say it looks a bit like
square.
Barovia.
Yeah, were you on that in this section?
Not yet. No, I'm just gonna WYSIWYG it. I don't care. So I need Ravenheart, and I don't have Apricot's new, or rather Hannah's new token as yet.
I have not made one as of yet. That is why. So
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this one by the looks of it, from what I can guess.
Is
Still
there
keep
supposed
using
to be a
Apricot and
new
Bebe
map?
for Theo and Edison for now.
Yeah,
Am I supposed to be seeing a new map on Roll20?
Better we have a token than
no,
not.
yeah. So essentially, I can drop individual players onto different maps. So them two are on
Oh,
the
right.
map
it
that
highlights a
they're
mystique.
on. Yeah,
No. I was like, what the heck is going on? Am I not
yeah.
seeing anything?
So
Okay,
you
cool.
guys should see where you are now, in theory.
Well, I can see myself.
I can see my
Yeah.
token, but I can't see anything
I
else.
need. Oops.
This apricot might not have dark vision written in it, and it doesn't have obviously any of Theo's stats in. And it's still called apricot.
Yeah, I haven't made the changes as yet. 'Cause I was expecting a new token.
Yeah,
Get
that's
it
fair.
updated on that, but that's all right. The night vision is 60 feet of dark vision you have, isn't it?
Yeah.
60 feet dark
So is
vision.
Ravenheart at the bottom of the stairs, or is that?
So this here is the stairs leading up, leading up from downstairs rather. That's where you've come from. This is stairs leading up further. So you're essentially in a short corridor, ending at a door ultimately.
Quick interjection. I cannot see Luke's token. I can move it, but I can't see it.
An invisible Luke.
Hmm.
There we go.
That would be quite nifty, to be honest, but
So you should be able to see that now, I think.
yes, it works.
Excellent.
Right. So I want to move kind of over here and have a. Oh, there we go. It's being very laggy for me, that's all. Cool. So we've come up these stairs here.
Yeah, you've
Or
come
have
up
we
the
come up these?
stairs. You come up there, these stairs, yeah. So the stairs leading down are these ones. That's where you've just come up from.
Right.
And
And you can either
yeah,
go up further or there's a door here.
indeed.
Okay. Kind of just. And it's pit. I know it's dark. Like, is it still pitch black
Yes.
for Ravenheart?
Yes.
Do you just kind of sighs? It's like, torch? Kind of looking at you, suggesting you kind of light your torch again, maybe?
Ravenheart will give a small nod and relight his torch. Which, let me check.
Let's double check something here. Right. I just needed to double check something. Because some of these rooms have light in them, and I did set up light sources. I just wanted to make sure they were still there. So yeah. So of course, no, you lit a torch. Oh no, you didn't. You didn't light it on the way up. Yeah. So you're right, relighting the torch
Yep,
itself
relighting.
there. So you get 20 foot of each of these. Save. There we go. Let there be light.
Oh, that is much better.
So
I can see.
up further or try the door?
I say we maybe head up another floor. Not sure.
I don't know the way out.
Well, I'm fine with either. So whichever one you want to go for.
I'm gonna actually. Theo's gonna sneak and try and do a perception and see if he can tell if anyone's behind the door.
Okay, yeah. Make a perception check.
Sneaky perceptions. That's lots. 25.
25 was that,
4,000.
sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you hear nothing but silence from beyond the door.
What's going on? Nothing interesting. Oh, sneak. Yes. Cool. Nothing but. I'm gonna open the door as quietly as possible and have a little peek and snide, and hope being sneaky, you know.
Okay. So
Well,
let's
try
move
it and see
to
if it's open first, obviously.
dynamic lighting. Yeah, the door's not locked at all. And I was sensible enough to make these doors nice and thick so I can grab them easy enough. So yeah, you see here essentially this hall, just complete deadly silence in this hall, and heavy beams support a sagging 10-foot high ceiling, and fog seems to cling to the floor, obscuring everything that lies less than 3 feet above it, and a giant shadow lurches across the ceiling as a dark figure shuffles purposefully down the corridor towards you.
Do I
In fact,
Correct.
actually,
know what it's?
ignore that. Completely disregard that. In fact, yeah,
You're reading the wrong
that's
part.
the problem with. No, that's the right part. But the shadow creeping towards you does not creep towards you. The shadow creeping towards you is currently downstairs in the dungeon.
At least it's
That's what
somewhere.
happens when you
It
don't
meant to
read
be.
ahead. Redcon. But yeah, so there is nobody in the corridor, but there is this mist which just covers the floor itself rather precariously.
Are those windows? Like
Those
these
were
thick-
windows? No, that's
These
doors. Those are doors.
more
There are
doors.
there are
One
3
character.
doors there, and if you look off to the right as well, so if you just move your token out, and yeah, essentially there's 3 doors next to you, and off to the right down at the end of the corridor, you kind of see I believe it's a gated opening. So it's got like a portcullis kind of style area on there, I believe.
Does that give us an idea of that might be the way out?
No,
Is
you
there
can
like an
see
outside,
through
or is there
the
another door?
through that area. You can see what appears to be a wine storage in that area.
Hmm.
Can I move up as well?
Mhm.
Obviously, try and sneak and just take a look at the ceiling and see if it's like flat or any sort of like domed shape to see if it may be just a floor from below or an actual ceiling.
So the ceiling itself looks to be sagging slightly, but it's not domed at all or anything like that. It is what appears to be a solid floor.
Okay. Is it wood, stone?
It is stone, I believe.
Huh.
I think up again is better.
Yeah, I agree. This does seem to be just another floor from below.
So we're gonna keep sneaking, because it's fun to say that and do it,
Sneak away.
and go up the stairs. Do you want me to roll stealth?
You can do, yeah.
Or is
Yeah,
there
I mean,
nobody around so it doesn't matter?
It's not particularly difficult to kind of sneak around, and there's not really anything to hide behind, as it were. So it's more just about keeping your footsteps quiet. But yeah, you can by all means read me some stealth rolls.
19?
I'll do the same.
So that's not bad.
19.
17 for me.
Okay, so a 19 and a 17. Excellent.
Is Luke also sneaking?
I'm
I would imagine so.
Anderson is currently kind of tucked in Theo's jacket, so doesn't need to sneak at the moment.
At the moment,
So
no.
I may end up doing a reconnaissance thing. Suddenly, no Reuben vision in this character. So yeah, we go up.
Yeah, so you go up and you see in this room what appears to be torchlight fluttering against the walls of this big vaulted hall. To the east of the area, there's a spiral staircase which you're on, which goes up and down. And if you were to go around the corner, which you're not at the moment, you would see other things. And you would also see other things if you also go around the corner that way. But what you do here is swells of organ music coming from behind doors that you can see there, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the hall.
Isn't that just lovely?
Isn't
Just
that
kind of
most
shrugs.
delightful?
And he's gonna continue sneaking and try and have a look and see if there's what's around the corners.
Yeah,
Very
so
carefully.
around the corner to the right there, you see this other vaulted area in there, and around the corner to the left, there's a little alcove there, which actually has this rather oily, oiled and glistening, suit of armor standing in attention. You notice as well the double doors that's in front of you on the left side of that there. Those are actually slightly open. That's where the music is coming from. It's organ music.
Can I have a peek through the gap and try not to be noticed?
Yeah, so you peek through the gap itself. You see what appears to be a dining area. Big, really just immaculately laid out dining table, essentially, with what appears to be gold cutlery and things like that. The goblets all have this little gold rim around the top, and the plates are all rimmed with gold as well. There is no food currently on the table, but there are several places around the outside of the table itself. And you see what the hint of an organ, but you can't quite get a better view of it without opening the door more.
Do I see anybody, like any people or vampires?
No, you don't see anyone there, but someone must be playing the organ.
Spooky ghost organ.
Theo's just like, I think, avoid.
And Revenant will just give a small nod.
Okay,
Cool.
so let's go this way then.
Awesome. So in that area there, You see that these four huge columns supporting this vaulted ceiling, and there's cobwebs stretched between them higher up. And the big massive hall itself is really quite dusty and rather dimly lit by sputtering iron torches and sconces on the walls. The torches cast some really odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionally on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay, and you see double doors of bronze stand closed to the east, whilst to the north a wide staircase climbs into the darkness. A lit hallway to the south that you just came from, uh, and through, you have that music still on there, and to the west there is also these big solid doors which are shut at the moment.
Piers kind of looks back at Ravenheart and kind of points left, kind of asking, trying to ask left or right without having to actually say anything, because it will take him 10 minutes.
Right, it is.
Cool. So I'm gonna see if I can hear anything on this door.
So the instant you step between the two big pillars there, the
Back here.
gargoyles, the gargoyles come to life, and they swoop down to attack. So let's roll initiative.
Oh, fun!
Oh, fun!
Alrighty.
I'm not looking at it.
Damn it.
That's 17. Where do I put that again? Oh yeah, roll it.
Are you gonna give us
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up now.
There we go.
Let's clear this here. So, add a turn for this one. Just close that. Add a turn for this one. I don't think I actually added in gargoyles, which is a bit of a thing. We'll put those in there. I'll add in the gargoyles in a bit. So if you guys want to add your initiatives to that order, meanwhile, we'll find out what's happening in the town of Vallaki. So the brothers obviously wind their way through the town itself as if they've been there quite some time before. They know exactly where they're going, and they drive right up to the Blue Water Inn, and they just jump down. They start taking care of the horses and giving them a little bit to eat, a couple apples each, and a little bit of water from a bucket, and then they just make work and loading the barrels off the back of the wagon and onto the loading area of the Blue Water Inn. What would you two like to do?
I'll give them a hand in loading the barrels, just because that's what I feel like I would do.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not very strong. I try to lift a barrel, and it's tricky for me because I'm in a cleric.
Yeah.
Eventually, I get it.
If Mal notices Gilroy struggling, she probably will help him because she's not going to wander off like without him. So like when he's sort of like looks like he's going to sort of like carry the barrels off, she's like, oh okay, I guess I'll hang around while he's doing that. And then if he's sort of struggling with his weedy little arms, she'll sort of come and grab an end
Okay.
glass.
Yeah, so the two brothers there, they will thank you for the assistance in getting the barrels off the wagon. Once they've got those off and set down in this little area there for loading, they just head straight into the tavern itself, and they go straight up to the bar and demand wine from the... Oh, hello. You seem to have lost someone.
Yeah, Amy does that. Drops off.
Before the brothers go into the tavern,
Mhm.
can I ask them to point?
Be a Saturday without it.
Yeah.
Can I get them to point out the directions to the water?
The last thing I heard was the guards go into the, and that's where it cut me off.
Yeah, so let's jump to where is it? The town of Lackey. I have it here somewhere. There it is, town of Lackey. Right, and we'll just close the turn order for now. So, town of Lackey. So you guys are here at the Blue Water Inn, and well, actually, you did go to the Wachter House previously, so you know exactly where it
Yeah, we
is.
walked past it, have a look at the
Okay.
Yeah.
outside. So
It's this orange house here, essentially.
What
Back there.
what time is it when we come into town? Like, is it late or?
You left quite early on in the morning. It's been about maybe 4 or 5 hours, so it's about mid-afternoon, early afternoon.
All right. Okay. So I look at Milliken and I say, "Did you want to head out to the Wakta house now, or have a rest and head out in the morning? Maybe we could get the brothers to come with us."
well, if we head over now, just pointing out, we don't know their patterns, yeah? So, first rule of thievery, you go in and everyone's out the house if you can.
Oh, okay,
So
that's good to know.
we need to find out what their patterns are. We need to know if they go to the market at a certain time, if they've got like a certain watering hole, if there's anyone who would be able to distract them and make them keep them at the house for a bit longer. At the minute, we're working on about this much information. Ideally, I'd like about this much before we go in.
Okay. That sounds clever.
Well, you know, this was what I did, kind of.
It's my first time. It's my first time
back
trying to
home.
break into a house. I'm not very good at this.
No, you won't be doing the breaking in. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you do that. I think it'll be better for you and better for me.
Excellent. So who should we get that information from?
I mean, maybe the bartender will be feeling a bit more loose-lipped now that we've got him his wine.
It's true.
He
We can
did
try
say
it.
he would offer to help us if we scratch his back, he scratches ours.
Is that the one that was grunting all the time?
No, that was the first one.
Right. Okay, good.
Back in the death town.
Okay, good. I haven't learned that language quite yet.
It's a quiet skill.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Series of grunts.
Yeah.
Very, very
It's all
complicated
about
language,
tone.
that.
Yeah, it is.
It's all tone-based. It's like 50% context clues.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, well, we'll head into the bar then, I guess.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you see your friend passed out in the corner, clearly rather intoxicated at this point in time.
Good.
And she also seems to have had quite the effect on Colin, who is also unconscious next to her.
Well,
Wonderful. Well, at least they're still here in one
I
piece.
was going to say
Indeed.
at least they're safe and dry.
Well, 2 pieces.
That's
There's 2 of them.
something. And we know where they are. That's good.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, you also see the barkeep there behind the bar, and he is currently dealing with his nephews at the moment, just sorting them out with some wine there. What would you like to do?
I guess Mal walks over to the barkeep and she's like, "So, got the wine. Bit more life-threatening than we expected, but all's well that ends well, more or less.
Bit more life-threatening, you see. How so?
Oh yeah, there was this whole thing with like this cursed staff and these twigs and the evil druids who live in the forest.
Oh, those damn druids are back again, I see.
Yeah,
They never do let up.
it seems to be like a whole thing down there, but we figured that we'd try and solve one crisis at a time. So back here for now. Maybe go deal with the druids on our way past, but them twigs kind of nearly got me, to be honest. So don't think we're ready for that yet.
Yeah, those twigs are sticky little bastards, aren't they?
That was a terrible pun, and you should feel bad.
Oh, oh, God.
I couldn't
The
help it.
jokes
Come
are
on.
I mean, they haven't got very much levity, you know. Everyone's sense of humor is just like cauterized from this.
Think of like gallows humour. That's kind of what we're dealing with here at the moment.
Right.
Anyway, we were wondering if you could give us any more info on the Wachter house and them what live in it. Obviously, you know, we scratched your back. Be nice if you could scratch ours.
Yeah, well, the Wachters, they're a tricky bunch. They are most interesting, and it's probably best we don't discuss such matters in the tap room here. Listening ears.
Oh, understandable. Understandable.
Perhaps you could follow me through the back room, and we can have a seat and a drink and discuss things properly.
Sounds good. Just before we go, obviously, they seem to have been in their cups a bit merry perhaps. And she's kind of nodding over at Colin and Venom. Are they going to be all right if we step away?
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
We don't have
Look
much
at the
choice.
bartenders, like 3 of them left, 2 of them came back. This is normal.
Yeah,
It's
Barovia.
normal in Barovia.
It's Barovia. You know, the worst things have happened. He wasn't expecting it to come back at all, to be fair. So, you know, 2 coming back's a bonus to
There
him.
are worse places.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
There are worse places for Cullen and Venom to be. So
Yeah.
it's probably okay for them to be here. You know, I think they'll be safe. It'll be okay.
Yes, well, you have, as you say, scratched my back. As a curious turn of phrase. So, yes, I think it's only fair that I offer you some assistance. The first assistance I will provide is information regarding me and my kind. We are were-ravens.
Ooh.
All right.
My family are members of the Keepers of the Feather. We are all over this land, and we may come to your aid. The feather that I provided to you, I trust you still have it.
I can't remember it because I know we showed it to the brother, but did he give us it back?
Who had? Well, I think didn't April? No, who had it?
Mal had
Did
it.
April
Mal had it, and then because she kept it safe in the pouch, and then she took it out and showed it to the brother. But I can't remember for the life of me if the brother handed it back to her.
In all honesty, neither can
Yeah,
I. But we'll say that he did.
I think that's DM's discretion then.
Yeah, we'll say that he did.
Okay, in that case, oh yeah, I've got it safe here, and she sort of pats the pouch she's kept it in.
Yes, well, if ever you find yourself in a bit of a tricky situation, shall we say, merely drop the feather, and you shall receive assistance.
Good job, Apricot didn't have the feather.
There is a reason why we did not give Apricot the feather.
A very good
Yeah.
reason why we didn't give Apricot the feather.
Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, that's the first that he the first offer of assistance that he provides. Yeah. Then you want to know about the Wachters, then you are very adamant about going into their place. It's a dangerous place. They are not the most pleasant of folk.
All due respect, sir, but like ever since I woke up in the forest on the outskirts of Barovia, I feel like every minute of my life has been fraught with some form of danger. So business as usual, really.
Yes, but there's danger, and then there's walking purposefully into the den of the devil. It is a
Unfortunately,
fool's
that's where our
errand.
journey is leading us. We don't have much of a choice.
And if that is
I
where
mean,
you... Hmm?
we're trying to be smart about it, hence
Oh,
asking about
yeah.
the information and that. So if there's anything you know which could make this dangerous task at least a little easier, I'm all ears.
Perhaps any secret entrances that you might have come across, or anything at all.
There aren't any such secret entrances to the Wachter House, and there haven't been any who have been foolish enough to wander in uninvited. Your best bet would be to try and obtain an invitation.
I mean, did they ever leave? I mean, they must go out and about.
Their two sons are sat in my tap room right now.
All right. So do they have a schedule, or do they just come and go as they please?
They spend most of their time in the tap room.
Good, good. What about the other three?
The other three say, well, Mrs. Wachter hasn't been seen for quite some time, and her husband has been seen for even longer. She rarely leaves the house. And the daughter, well, who can say?
All right. Well, that sounds like a rumor if I've never heard one. So go on. What's the tongues wagging in town saying about the daughter?
Daughter hasn't been seen in many years, not since the failed attempt to marry her off to the burgomaster's son.
What happened then?
Well, this is the curious thing. Nobody knows.
So there's really only the two brothers then. The other three haven't been seen. Is that it? Am I understanding that right?
Well, the daughter hasn't been seen for several years. The husband hasn't been seen for at least several months, and it's easily 6 or 7 weeks ago since the mother was seen.
Maybe I'm not understanding then. What is the danger about it?
I mean,
About entering
put
the house?
Gilroy, you beautiful, naive, rainbow fish. To consider where we are, consider that if they've not left the house in however long, that probably means they're still in the house, potentially waiting to ambush, kill, and maybe even eat whoever goes in.
Oh. I assumed my first thought was I wonder if they're still alive, if nobody's seen them for so long.
I mean,
Which is
that's your thing, isn't it? The whole.
That's true. I suppose I could check. That's true. I never thought about that. That's very clever. Thank you.
Well, I've got my uses.
I really shouldn't have thought of that on my own. All right. That's certainly something we can check out when we get to the house. Anyways, like you said, we need more information, but
So,
some of the information will be.
I'm just wondering about the burgomasters. I mean, you said that they tried to marry their daughter off to the burgomaster's son. I mean, is the son still around?
Oh, the son is still around. He apparently hasn't left his bedroom for quite some time, though.
In the same way that the people in the Wachter house haven't left their house for quite some time.
Oh no, he's been seen staring out of the window from time to time. He prefers solitude. He's curious, shall we say.
What's
And
his name?
yeah, what is his name? That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
How to stump the DM.
So yeah, the name, of course, the name. There's always a name. Yes, his name is Victor.
Okay.
Victor
Victor
the burgomaster's son. Cool.
Victor Burgermaster.
Victor Burgermaster.
That's close to it. Yeah.
So I
What-
mean, you know how the Burgomaster's son likes to sit and stare at his room, but potentially in contemplation of his tragically lost love. Does he ever make an appearance at these festivals that literally everyone, including the children, is required for?
Oh yes, yes, and such a spectacle it is as too.
Sorry.
Sorry, I got distracted by the GIF.
Sorry.
I was trying to
There's a
Yes,
GIF?
laugh at the GIF, and so my brain just completely
Oh, God.
rebooted.
That was my fault. Oh, okay. Sorry.
What were we saying in the conversation?
This is why I don't look at Discord while I'm on stream.
I was trying not to look, but it popped up, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Magical powers of Ricky Berwick.
Yeah, he mentions that the son was seen at the last festival, but
Okay, and it was a spectacle.
it was
Okay.
it was a spectacle. Yes, it was indeed a spectacle to behold.
A spectacle in what way? In that he publicly embarrassed himself, or in that some other thing happened?
In that he openly defied his father and stormed back off to the mansion.
Well, that sounds good and weird.
Good for us. Maybe we can take him on our side. Perhaps we won't be
I mean,
so.
we don't know if the Burgomaster's bad news yet, apart from his frankly disturbing festival habits.
Yeah, that's true. It just seems. I don't know. There's something about it. The whole festival seems very forced and strange. I don't know. I'm not sure that I like it so much. Weird. Gives me an eerie feeling. Not sure why.
Eerie is definitely the word. Mm. Oh, do you know? Um, does the town keep records of building plans, anything like that lying around? Like, do you have a town master's hall where they archive this stuff?
Building plans? Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
We
like
certainly
a floor
didn't
plan.
file one for here.
Right. Okay. Not ideal, but I can work with it. Right. I guess we're going shopping. Guess we're going shopping, and I guess we're asking some questions. And we're potentially making some new friends out in your tap room. Gilroy, anything else you want to ask the good gentleman before we depart?
What usually happens at these festivals? Like what takes place? He says there's is there anything? I
Supposedly,
really don't
it
know that
is
about the
much
festival.
joy and happiness. All will be
Well, I
well.
mean, like what's the progression? What takes place at these festivals?
Oh, it depends on the festival itself. For the current festival, I do believe there's something about that in here somewhere. Where is it? God damn it.
I feel like I may have asked this already.
Oh, yeah, it's at the end of this bit. That's right. Yes. Oh, yeah, I do hope we go there. That looks fun. Anyways, yeah. So, the current festival, I do believe he plans on setting fire to a whole bunch of things. Some festival of the blazing sun.
Fine.
Yeah. Is the blazing sun the same as the morning lord?
It is meant to
Oh,
signify the morning lord, yes.
okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Not much of a religious girl, you might say.
Not much sun in my god. Kellenborg tends to be a rather dark, hooded
Pretty
figure.
much.
Not much light with Kellenborg.
I
No,
still
I'm
think it's bizarre that you can actually talk to your gods. Like, do you talk to your gods? Like, is he real? This Kellenvor.
I assume he's real. It's hard to explain. It's more of a belief. I don't know. It's hard to explain. As a player, I don't really know too much about it, so I don't really know how to answer that question as a character.
So the likes of
I
paladins and
suppose
clerics and things like that, they are able to commune with their god, and they sometimes do get a response. But more often than not, it's pretty much like real world religion. It's a lot goes on faith, essentially. Yeah, so you got to reach pretty high
good idea.
levels in order to commune directly.
Yeah, sure. I don't know that you would want to talk to Celeborn, but he is the god of death, or not so much death, but passing over. He carries souls to the other side, guides them there, gives them the right directions, if you will. It's not the most pleasant of conversation.
To give a kind of a reference, Calamol, if you imagine him a bit like Hades.
Okay.
Hades
Yeah,
or
like the Grim Reaper.
Hmm?
He does not control the die.
We're delete that meme. No, I refuse.
I'm
A lot of
sorry.
people put Hades and Thanatos together, but they are separate beings. I'm curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's essentially. I mean it's like the ferryman, essentially. Yeah.
I was going to say I liken him to the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Charon.
I think that's the closest relation I can think of.
It's just the ones that when they take their souls from this world onto the next.
Oh, so Thanatos then. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thanatos, not Hades.
Yeah. So not the best conversationalist, but I'm sure he probably has some good stories.
No, it's just interesting to me. I mean, you guys talk about the gods like they're actual real people you can sort of like ring up on the spirit phone. It's not like that where I'm from.
It's not unheard of that people can talk to them. I've never communed with Kellamore before, but I'm sure there are people who have.
Huh.
Maybe
Well,
one day.
I mean, I was about to say I hope that you get to have the pleasure of the conversation with him one day, but I mean, considering his domain, I also hope that day is many years in the future.
Everybody meets Kellamore one day. Sometime.
On that cheery note, shall we go make some friends?
That's why I don't usually do much of the talking.
Yeah, I guess Mal is going to thank Mr. Bartender, whose name I keep forgetting every single week. She hasn't,
yeah.
but I
Have you actually asked the bartender his name as yet?
Yeah, because we got it written down.
Yeah, was it him or his brother whose name we got?
I believe you got his brother's name.
Davian was the brother. Yeah, I don't think we got his name.
No,
okay,
nobody asked his name.
Actually, just before we go, I've just realised, I mean, obviously you don't usually ask your bartender's name, but I feel like we've become a bit more than just punter and bartender by now. So, Malika, pleasure.
Yes, I am Erwin Martikov. Hey, I remember the name. That's literally because I was just looking at it, expecting you to ask it earlier. To be fair.
We've had a lot on our mind.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh dear me. Yeah, so you guys just head into the back into the tap room then, looking for the Wachter brothers.
What's the plan?
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, I need more actually. Yeah, so you head into the tap room itself there, and you quite easily see who you would figure is the Wachter brothers themselves, because there are only 4 other people in the tap room at this point in time. 2 of them are dressed as if they're ready to go out into cold weather, and they have rather large weapons by their sides. And the other 2 look like the typical young kind of kids there with really strange hairdos, and they look rather rebellious, as it were. They are just sitting at a table with rather mischievous looks on their faces.
Okay. Can we still see Venom and Colin passed out in where we left them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this every time we go into the room. I've been burned before.
I was gonna say one day we'll come in and they'll be gone.
All right, I've already got plans for that. Spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would. That's why I'm asking every time they come in. It's like, are they still there?
Another surprise excursion to the dungeon.
yeah, right.
Okay, so I guess like as we walk in, I sort of lean in close to Gilroy, and Mal's just like, watch your purse with them too. Got that feeling.
Thank you. It's good to know.
And she's just going to start, before she makes any plans to walk over to them, she's just going to secure all of her belongings in places where it would be very, very obvious if you tried to reach in and grab them.
Okay. So, well, as you approach the brothers, you do get their attention, and yeah, one of them looks over to you and is just about to greet you when we'll switch back to a lovely fight that's about to happen here in a far off, distant place. So,
Cool.
you notice that as you kind of stop and stand guard, that only 4 of the 8 gargoyles have actually leapt down to attack you. And roll some initiatives.
Baby should be, was in Edison was in Theo's jacket. Can you change the names? I'm saying baby and apricot.
You should be able to
Not
double
Theo.
click them and actually put in the names there whilst I'm adding in the turn
Look,
orders
I
yeah,
can
for
change
them.
names, can't I forgot to do that. Be nice. Give me. There we go.
This isn't going to go badly at all.
You never know.
There we go.
Gargoyles are, after all, only a CR2 creature.
But
So,
4 of them.
well, there is 4 of them. We set this
CR8.
into descending order. So, Theo, you are first to respond to these gargoyles coming down to attack you. So we'll see. One of them's here, one of them's there, one of them's here. You should be at full health, though, shouldn't you?
Yeah, that's just because I haven't changed any of the stats on the thing for Theo either. So do you want me to do that very quickly?
Yeah, if we set those to Theo's stats, I will have them in there.
So, I mean, you've got the stats as well, but so
I've got them somewhere, yeah.
Which one goes in the red? Which one goes in the blue?
Red is AC.
No, they're both the same. My passive perception and my AC are both the same, so it doesn't
Groovy.
So that Theo changed. They're not the same for Edison, which is irritating. Means I should have listened to what you said, but it's fine. So if one think that way, that's the way I would do it. So there we go. That'll do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what is Theo going to do?
They're definitely going to try and attack us, right?
Oh, they are coming down Claw's bed, ready to attack. Yes.
Good.
There is no doubt in your mind that these are looking to attack you.
Theo kind of just very quickly, because, this is all happening in 6 seconds, looks back at Ravenheart, and he gives him a smile, and activates his Giant's Might, assuming there's space.
There is space, yeah.
So, bonus action, I grow to the size of a large creature. And because I haven't described Theo until now, I'm going to do that because we don't have a picture, because you can see. So Theo is a tabaxi. He's got very dark brown, almost blackish skin. And he looks very timid most of the time, but, he has some tricks up his sleeve. So, yeah, he kind of just suddenly hulks out. Doesn't turn green, but, he gets a lot bigger. So now he has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and once per turn, I can add a d6 to damage when I hit somebody with a weapon or an unarmed strike. So he a big boy, and he's gonna pull out his rapier, and he's gonna attack the dude on his right. They don't have numbers, so
Cool.
he's gonna hit him.
And there's nothing special about this rapier, is there?
No, it's just unfortunately, he doesn't have anything. It's just a regular old rapier.
Cool.
So, remind myself how the frick I attack with things. Okay. Fortunately. So that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
And I can use sneak attack because Edison is within 5 feet as an ally, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I get to add whatever sneak attack is. There's only...
I believe 2d6 at that level.
No, I'm not. I'm only 1 level in Rogue.
Oh. Yeah, that should be 2d6,
Yeah.
I believe. I think
Is
it
it
starts at
2d6
2d6.
first level? Don't start.
Have a look.
So start at 1d6 and you get... Because he is a rogue fighter, so he's got 1 level in rogue and 3 levels in fighter. So I get to add a d6 from the Giant's Might. At least 1d6 from the sneak attack. I didn't write the sneak attack. Oh no, there it is. Yes, it is 1d6. It is on my character sheet. Cool.
Okay.
And then a d8 for the rapier. Where's my d8 gone? There it is. Cool. Let's roll some dice. They're not good. That really?
Appropriate response.
Well, both of the apricot dice came out as ones,
Okay.
so I'm not happy with them. So that's 10 points of damage.
Cool. Okay, so as you... excuse me. Now, as you swing your rapier through the air and it clashes with this gargoyle, you hear the distinct sound of stone on metal as your sword kind of clangs against its skin. You do knock a few chunks of flying, but you don't feel you did that much damage to it.
Sad face.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah. I mean, I've used my bonus action and my action, and if I try and leave, it's going to hit me. So
Cool. So,
I'm just going
Luke.
to try and look intimidating.
What is Luke going to do? You can give him a command as well. As a kind of a free action.
Honestly, I'd probably just tell him to go hide. So,
Okay.
where ruler? Okay, that should be fine. And I'll have a move over here.
Fair
And
enough.
that should.
Okay, so gargoyle numero 4.
Can you put the names available to us? Because we don't see the numbers. So we know which one.
I know, of course, yeah, you've got to do it. Roll20 has updated how you change that.
Of course it has.
Yeah, of course it has. Yeah, it's changed. It's changed quite dramatically since I was last using it.
Out of curiosity, while you're doing this, what did Ravenheart think of Theo hulking out?
Probably just looked up in confusion and then just sort of slumped his shoulders and thinking, this is not the weirdest thing I've seen.
Ravenheart is literally just out here vibing.
Just kind of
Nice.
existing and, you know, unfamiliar environment, unfamiliar things happening, but nothing out of the ordinary. Or nothing as much out of the ordinary as this whole ordeal.
So this gargoyle tries to essentially sink its teeth into you, whilst trying to claw you with its claws. And it rolls a 15 to bite you.
Me?
Yep,
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
cool. And then its claws get even less. So yeah, yay for gargoyles.
Ooh.
Ravenheart, what would you like to do?
Since there's currently a big obstacle between me and number 4, I'll sort of try and move around here, which should be, let's look right here. So that's only about like 12 feet-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try and make an attack on gargoyle number 1.
Go for it.
Ooh, and that does not hit, I think. Or, yeah, that's an 8.
Yeah, and it is not going to hit at all.
Crud. Okay. Don't think I can do anything else. Nope. So I will not do anything.
Okay, so gargoyle number 1 was headed for Theo, but since you took a swing at it, is now headed for you, and that is a dirty 20 to hit with its bite.
That does hit.
That does hit indeed, and that is also max damage on that. That's 8 points of damage from that bite. And then, whilst it's got its teeth sunk into your shoulder, tries to rake you with its claws, but can't quite manage it. And then gargoyle number 3 is going to swoop down this way and go for Theo. Misses and misses. Okay. What is Edison going to do?
What can Edison do? I mean, ooh, I forgot it could do that. Sweet. So it's with its it has flyby, which means if it's flying, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it's leaving the area, so it's gonna fly. Actually, no, it's not gonna fly away too far. It's gonna use. Yeah, he's just going to attack number 4 with its
Okay.
action.
Go for it.
So it bites. Whether that actually will do anything or not, I don't know. But we'll see. So that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that is going to hit.
Cool. I need a bunch of d4s for damage. So that's 2 piercing damage and 8 poison damage if it takes poison damage.
Cool. Yep, that happened.
And then not sure if it matters, but I can give help as a bonus action, so I'll help Theo as a bonus action. Give
Okay.
advantage on my next roll.
Yeah.
That's what it does. So yeah,
So
I can help as a bonus action. So
awesome. Awesome. So gargoyle number 2 here swings down and goes for Ravenheart. And oh. So it misses with its bite, but manages to catch you with its claws. And deals you
in
a
response to it,
7.
I was going to say, in response to catching Ravenheart, I'm going to use my reaction, Theo's reaction, to use my Cloud Rune.
To use what, sorry?
So Theo is a Rune Knight.
Mm.
So I have 2 runes I can invoke once every short or long rest.
Mhm.
So the Cloud Rune says, if a creature, basically I can just move the damage from one creature to another. It is the easiest way. It says, when you can see a creature within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to invoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you other than the attacker. The chosen creature becomes the target of the attack using the same roll, and this magic can transfer the attack's effects regardless of the attack's range.
Cool.
So instead of it hitting Ravenheart, I can make it number 2 hit number 1.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that
With my cloud.
happens.
So I can't use the Cloud Rune again until I take a rest.
Yeah. So what is Theo going to do for your turn?
Yes. So I'm going to go and try and hit number 4 again, I guess, with my rapier that clearly doesn't do that much, but we give it a good go. So that plus 23 to hit.
Yep, it is going to hit.
Yeah. So then I use those dice this time. Better. 17 points of piercing damage.
Cool. Yeah, so you send a big chunk of its chest flying. It kind of jars your hand a little bit with the strength of the hit, but yeah, you do manage to do a bit of damage to it there.
Cool. And that's my turn.
Okay, is
How much
Luke
else
going
I
to be
can
doing
do?
anything with his turn?
No, I honestly don't think. No, he's not.
So, number 4. Oh, well, I'm not liking these dice. Nope, that's no good. So, Ravenheart. What is Ravenheart going to do?
I'm gonna do a bit of thinking. Thinking indeed. Crud. Okay, that's not gonna work out. I'll just try and make a normal attack on Gargoyle number 1 again.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Nope.
10 dice goes to the naughty corner. Okay. Okay, bonus action. Is there anything I can do with that? Are you able to cast Healing Word on yourself? Because I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah,
can.
cast.
Okay, then I'll cast Healing Word as a bonus action. That is 1d4 plus 3. Where is
When
it?
did you take damage?
In the turn before you helped me out, and so the first turn pretty much. When I take the gargoyle, attack me back, and okay. Let's roll the
Healing word is just a creature that you can see.
I can see
with,
myself.
right?
That's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So that's 1d4
Cure
plus
wounds is
3.
a touch one.
So
I wonder
that
if it would
is
work
Yeah.
if you're invisible.
gotta be even still. You just touch your hand.
okay. So that's 6 health points back. So I'm back up to 25.
Cool.
Wonderful. Okay. And that ends the turn.
Okay, so number 1 comes in again, and yep. Oh, yep, that one hits. So that one catches you with its claws and deals you 6 points of damage.
Well, that was utterly useless.
And number 3 tries attacking Theo. Oh, actually hits that time. Okay. So manages to sink his teeth into you for 6 points of damage, and then
Yeah.
misses with its claws. Yeah, so Edison's turn, rather.
Yeah, same as last time. Gonna try and bite number 4. There it is. So that's 17 to hit.
Cool. Yeah, so that is going to hit.
Cool. Did the poison damage actually make a difference last time? Because I'm not rolling d4s if it didn't matter. Because last time everything was immune to poison when I was using parry, and it was really annoying.
Yeah, you don't think stone gargoyles can really be poisoned. You don't see any signs of blood coming from them at all.
Fun. So it's basically no point rolling poison damage, is what you're telling me. Well, I'm rolling it in. So it's 4 points of piercing damage and 7 points of poison, which doesn't matter, but I don't care. I said I wasn't
Cool.
going to roll if it didn't matter, and I rolled anyway. And then I'll help Theo as a bonus action.
Okay. So number 2 is going to make another attack against Ravenheart. And rolls dismally. So Theo, what are you going to do?
I might just keep hitting it with my rapier because I can't really do it just. Oh, that. Keep scrolling down. 17 to hit.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
So 18 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so you hit it square in the same place that you did last time, and it just shatters completely and falls to the ground in bits.
Cool.
Ooh, gargoyle guts.
This is making a lot of noise. I'm surprised that the person who was playing. Can we still hear the organ at this point?
Oh yeah, the organ's still playing.
Self-playing organ. Very nifty.
Cool.
So Luke, is Luke going to be doing anything?
No.
No. So Ravenheart. What
Do
is
not mess with the
Ravenheart
puppy.
going to do?
Right, I'm gonna make another basic rapier attack. That's a lot better. That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that one's going to hit. And I just had Dr. Richtofen in my head. What have they done to the poor puppies?
Okay, that's 1d6 plus. That is 9 points of damage.
Yeah, awesome. That one, was that number one you went for?
That was number one, yes.
Yeah, that one also shatters to the ground in front of you.
Oh, lovely. And once again, bonus action. It's going to be healing word on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Roll the caltrops. And that is a 3. So that's another 6 points, which will be gone in just a second, anyways.
Yeah, but at least you're not dead.
Fair enough.
Well, number one is dead, so can't hit you. Number 3, however, is the one that is on Theo, so they can. And that is a 17 with a bite. Only for 3 points of damage, though. And misses with its claws again. So Edison's turn again there.
I'm big. You should be able to hit me. I don't understand why I need to be large for these things to work, but you know. Yeah, Edison's just gonna fly onto the other side so I, you know, attack this dude. That's an unnatural 20.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
I'm not using that dice, so give me a 1 this time. So that's 3 points of piercing damage and 7 points of poison.
Cool. Yeah, so that one gets a few small little chunks out of it. Number 2 makes an attack against Ravenheart, and yeah, fails miserably. And so back round to Theo.
Yep. We're gonna. I know I didn't say it, but I meant to bonus attack with Edison. Is that all right? Bonus action.
Bonus attack?
Not
Oh,
attack.
bonus action. Yeah.
No, yeah, the helpfulness.
Yeah.
I'm using the same thing every turn, so I keep assuming. Oops. So close. If I'd been a different type of fighter, that would have been so much cooler. So it's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, so that's going to hit. Uh-huh.
And then some dice. Do some rolls. So that's 9 points of damage.
Cool. Okay. There we go. And is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So number 4 is dead, and Ravenheart. You now only have
Same as-
one gargoyle in front of you.
Well, same thing as before. I rolled about 1. That's a 6. Oh.
Cool. Yeah, so you managed to hit that lovely little pillar that stood right next to you. And you just kind of ching off that and knock a few little bits of shards of stone off of that. And then number 3 takes a swing at Theo on there. And gets only with the claws for 5 points of damage. As it manages to rake you with its claws and draw some blood. And then it's Edison's
You allowed me
turn.
out in response. Cool. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, yeah.
Boom. Cool. So let's roll some little dice. So That's 4 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison.
Cool. Okay. So then it is number 2's turn. And presumably offering the help action, yeah?
Oh yeah, still be doing that, obviously. Giving
Okay,
me
so does a
advantage.
50
Very
hit your armor class? It does. Ooh. So you are bitten for 8 points of damage. And
Yay.
you are clawed for 6 points of damage.
Is that Ravenheart?
That's Ravenheart, yes. 8
Ooh,
and
that's
6.
not good.
So 8 and
14.
6. Ouch.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
Quite a bit indeed.
Ravenheart, what languages do you speak, by the way? Out of curiosity, just what languages do you speak?
Oran, Common, and Druidic.
Okay, so Theo seems to be saying something without stuttering but you don't understand what he's saying.
Hmm.
Meta
Interesting.
knowledge, he's swearing in giant.
Oh, lovely.
An understandable reaction.
But he didn't
Pretty much.
stutter. I'm pointing that out because it could be important.
So, Theo, what is Theo going to do?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to kill gargoyles. So that's wrong one. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Cool. No. Bloody hell, why do you keep rolling me ones? I need to stop using this dice. It's 9 points of damage.
Yeah, so that is enough there to send that one to nothing but rubble strewn across the floor.
Cool.
And then we are back to Ravenheart's turn. Now, Ravenheart, you do hear Luke suddenly bark from behind
Can
you.
I finish my thing?
Hmm?
I wanted to move.
All right, yeah, you
Now
can
that
move.
these things are dead, just wanted to move to the other side of this thing
Yeah, sure, go for it.
because now these things are dead. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, you hear
Keep barking.
Luke barking, and it seems you know Luke well enough by now to know that this is a bark indicating danger.
Okay, so I'll roll to attack the gargoyle yet again.
Mm-hmm.
That is a tasty 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
And that is 1d6 plus 3. That is another 6. Oh, how I love you, dice. That is 9 damage.
9 damage. Well, this one is fairly beat up, and you manage to wipe through it with that hit there and send it clattering to the floor.
Okay. As a bonus action, it's possible to use one of your items, correct?
Yeah, you can use an item as part of your turn.
Okay. I will grab my signal whistle and blow into it, giving Luke the order to come to my side.
Okay, yeah, so Luke will arrive at your side very promptly there.
Are we out? Are we out of combat?
For now.
Then
So what would you guys like to do in the few seconds that you have?
I'm saying, are we out of combat, or is it still Ravenheart's turn that Luke's moving in?
Yeah, no, technically you're out of combat at the moment. Mm-hmm.
The fact that you said the few seconds that they have is giving me the fear.
You know, yeah, there was a dog barking indicating danger. Just around the corner.
Okay, Ravenheart will sort of look back in the direction that Luke just came from, and he was
I'm going
like,
to try and open that door. The door
What's-
that we're right
what's
next to.
"One second." That was exactly my plan. And so Ravenheart was like, Luke's spotted something. We need to get out. Do you think you could push that door while you're still big?
Oh, he's already on it. He's like, I'm big. I'm gonna push. Don't care. Stealth. If there's danger, stealth goes kind of out the window a bit. So he's gonna push open the door and see what happens.
so
I
this,
will try to assist with that.
so this door that you're
Oh,
right
you-
next to there.
I already have
Yes.
on
Okay.
strength things, so
Okay.
Let's bring up this again.
with being
Yeah.
big, the bigness only lasts for a minute. So I don't know how long it's
Oh, yeah.
been.
It's only been a few turns. You've still got at least 40 seconds or so.
Cool. I mean, I can't change the size of my token, so when you shrink it, I'll assume it ran out of time. But yeah, do I need? I assume I won't. I don't assume anything with you, actually. I open
Yes,
the door?
assume nothing. But yeah, the door opens easily enough, and you are able to view what appears to be. If I just go into, if I just get rid of that first of all, and then go into this layer here and move this out of the way, and you should be able to see there a rather ornate entry hall, what appears to be from there. So a nice little vaulted foyer, and you do see 4 statues of dragons glaring down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight, or seeming to.
Theo just looks at Ravenheart like, just kind of shakes his head like we're not fighting dragons after we just fought gargoyles.
But this does appear. So the other doors across from you, the look of those
Sorry.
doors do look as though they are doors that would lead outside. They look like front doors of a castle.
They're just like front or back. Quick thoughts.
If Luke alerted to danger, then it's probably quite some danger. So I think we should run. And as the bird brain commands, Ravenheart will head inside
Cool.
with
Yeah.
Luke on suit.
So you head inside, and yeah, what do you want to do?
So nothing happens.
No, nothing happens.
Cool.
Keep going.
Keep going. Yes.
Theo's just kind of.
You head to push open these outer doors, yeah?
Theo's waiting just to make sure.
Well, the outer doors, they do push open easily enough, and they do indeed reveal the outer courtyard of this big castle. And just as you do that, coming around the corner, you see Theo, the hunched figure of Cyrus, and he calls over to you, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
Edison comes over and kind of just starts flapping in his direction, as he
Okay.
tends to do anytime Cyrus turns up.
This damn snake! Get it away from me! Get it
Theo just kinda
away!
gives him- Theo just kind of gives him a bye signal,
Okay.
and then heads out the door.
Cool. Yeah. So
Bye.
as you kind of head away, you see one last fleeting image of Cyrus trying to bat away this flying snake that is flying around his head, and you hear him call out, "You won't get far!" And as he mentions that, you see ahead of you what appears to be a drawbridge, and as you step out of the door and into the courtyard, the drawbridge starts to rise. Rather slowly, but it is starting to rise.
How far is it?
It is to the foot of the drawbridge to where you are is 152 feet.
Okay, let's work. Can I brain?
So in order to make it across and get from where you are to the other side of the drawbridge, what I will need from you both, well, all of you in fact, are dexterity checks. They can be acrobatics if you have it as a skill.
Oh, that's just lovely.
2 seconds.
Kenku can't fly. Oh.
Can't quite get there in a single turn.
That one fell. 1 second.
I couldn't quite get there in a single turn.
No, hence the need for
I'm thinking
dexterity
of it
checks.
on my own. I would have just picked you guys up and then just ran for it, but I can't quite get there in a single turn. Because I I've only got one level in rogue, I can't dash as a bonus action, so I can only get 60 feet in a turn. Like, movement and action. If I could bonus action, that would be 90 feet, plus double for full 9 agility would have been 180, which would have been hilarious. But I can't dash as a bonus. So what we rolling? Athletics or
Athletics checks. If you have acrobatics, you may use acrobatics. If you do not, then it is dexterity.
Okay,
Cool.
so for me that will be an 18, and for Luke that's a 17.
Cool.
I don't need to roll one for Edison because he can just fly over it.
Flying snake can just fly over. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's a 19.
Cool. Yeah.
Then.
So you all manage to make it across the drawbridge just in time to make the jump from the drawbridge to the other side of where it links up without falling. Luke, however, only just made it. He kind of scrabbles at the edge and then manages to get himself up on the other side. And you are now stood on the other side of these big, magnificent walls, staring up at this huge castle with a road.
Edison will eventually, catch up with us, but he was distracting. So.
Just one thing to inject as flavor text. While a Ravenheart was jumping, I'd like to imagine that he just kind of started flapping his wings.
I'm flying!
And then softly mumbles to himself, so this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Nice.
That totally happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to make it across, and as you're staring up at this big, huge castle that you just managed to escape from, and the road ahead is cobbled, and Ravenheart, you would recognize this kind of cobbling from where you basically started and chased Strahd before becoming unconscious and then finding yourself in the dungeons. So you kind of know, or you can kind of guess that if you follow this road, you'll find yourself back at that point. Theo, you would know that this is the route you were brought down when you were brought into the castle. You know your way back to the village of Barovia, but you do not know any other lands in this area, areas in this land.
I will point out that I don't know if this is possible, but it would be quite funny if Theo shrunk when he was like at the apex, and he just shrunk and then landed on the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it probably would happen like that, yeah.
And then I also rolled a performance check, and he got an 18, so he lands very well. Like a 4 roll, as if this happens all the time.
Yeah, man.
And he's used to this shrink because,
Yeah. So what is it you guys would like to do now?
So Ravenheart will just have a good long look at the road and recognize it, and then he'll turn towards Theo and just, well, if I recall correctly, before I chased the Devil Strahd in my blind anger upon him injuring my dog, I had some friends head to, and then he'll sort of sink down, think to himself, I knew the name once. Seems I've misplaced it. There's a town further down the path.
Anywhere's better than here. Let's just keep going. Edison will catch up because his flight speed is 60 and we only have a walk speed of 30. So he'll catch up.
Oh, no stuttering in that part. Peculiar.
Yes, he can meta knowledge without stuttering. It's great.
Yeah, so you guys turn tail and start heading along this cobbled road.
Tail.
Yeah.
'Cause I have a tail.
Meanwhile, in the town of Valaki, there is a young man staring up at a certain someone who has approached them. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Don't suppose we'd have the pleasure of speaking to the Wachter boys, would we?
Yeah, what's it to you?
Well, new in town, and it's difficult to walk anywhere in this place. It seems without hearing your name mentioned. Makes the last curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we haven't done that much. My mother is the one you want to speak to if you want anything to do with the Wachters.
Oh, we hear that she hasn't left the house, whereas you fine young gents seem to be spending a lot of your time, in the place one would think you'd go if you wanted to mingle with folk.
Yeah, nah, we come here to get away from that bloody house and that stupid woman.
It's that bad, is it?
Having that bloody cult. Absolutely sick of it.
You know what? You sound like you could use a proper vent. How about I buy you both around, and you can moan to your heart's content.
At the mention of alcoholic beverages, the other one pricks up. Well, I suppose if you're buying drinks, well, we can be quite accommodating, in fact.
Oh, and I've always said, best way to make friends is to share a drink, and if you're the one buying, I reckon it's even better for the other party. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
What can I get you? I'm guessing wine. Wine seems to
Oh,
be
the wine,
drink
the
du
wine,
jour
of
around
course,
here.
the wine. The Dragon Crush wine, that's the good stuff.
All right. Mal claps Gilroy on the shoulder and she goes to buy a round of the Dragon Crush wine from the party.
Cool.
Yeah. Gilroy knows his job. Know how to order the bar and buy some wine. I'm not the talker, I'm just the getter. That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, the Gilroy heads off to the bar to grab
I'll
some
go over and
alcoholic
I'll
beverages.
yes, yeah.
So meanwhile, one of the Wachter brothers there, they pull out a chair and gesture for you to take a seat.
Mal takes a seat quite happily.
The first one that you were talking to, he looks over to. Well, what would you like to know?
Oh, just whatever's going, whatever comes to mind. Like I say, we're new in town, so tongues wag. You could and guess for an outsider, you get a bit of a perspective that a local wouldn't.
Yeah, well, Mother's always looking for members to join her cult. Yeah, you'd be well welcomed in there. She has all sorts of members down there in that spooky little bloody dungeon of hers.
There's always a dungeon, isn't there? You want to have a good cult. I always seem to want a dungeon somewhere.
I don't know what it is about these people who love spending time underground. It's just it's so dark and dismal. I mean, isn't the land dismal enough already with that bloody Devil Strahd?
So you're not a fan
I
of
mean,
the
I'm
sword,
getting that impression, definitely. So, you would say that you two are kind of a. I hate to use the phrase "black sheep of the family," but you know, the boot fits.
Mm,
A
you
black sheep?
you don't
If
seem
it's
to
only
be
my
friends with
mother who
anyone from
loves
Strahd.
that bloody Strahd. She'd worship the piss off his boots if she could.
Ugh. I don't know anybody who would want to do that. Sounds terrible.
So, like, you say there's a cult. I mean, do they literally spend all their time in the dungeon, or do they ever take a break to do normal people things like eating and sleeping in reasonable sized rooms that aren't cold, dark underground dungeons?
Most of their time spent down there. We spend as much time out of the house as we bloody well can.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It sounds like a nightmare.
But, it must be a pretty small dungeon. I mean, if it's underneath the house, taking a
It's
long
only
time for
one room, but she
construction.
loves to call it a bloody dungeon.
Just the one room. That's interesting. Huh, that's good to know. A big room, small room. Must be a pretty big room if it's got a cult in there, right? You know,
Never been down there. Don't know.
really.
I mean, do you want to go down there, Gilroy, if you had a choice? I mean, don't blame these lads wanting to get out. That's what I say. I mean,
What
when
kind of
you
a cult?
I keep thinking about this cult and like the
Mm.
idea of having a cult underneath your house. I mean, is how do they get in and out? Do they just wander in and people just let it happen because she worships the devil or what?
They
Did they
come
just
in
like
through
read
the back
poems and
entrance, of
drink
course.
wine, or
Hang on, there was like two people talking at once there, so I didn't hear
sorry,
any of
I
it.
They come in through the back entrance, straight down to the cellar. Sorry. Ooh, dungeon.
is
Back entrance to the dungeon. I mean, that does sound convenient for the cult members.
is there anyone like guarding the back entrance? I mean, not guarding, but I mean, is there any like a password you gotta say to get in? If we were
Gardeners.
interested in joining the cult, just
You want to
for
join the cult?
information.
Just go knock on the door. Tell her you want to join the cult. She'll bring you straight in.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
You know when people join the cult. I mean, like, do they live in the town as well? I mean, could there be cult members walking around the town right now?
Well, of course there
Ooh.
are.
Huh. I mean, sizable percentage.
I don't know. I know there's a fair few, but they don't live down in the dungeon. Christ, the dungeon's not big enough.
That's what I was wondering. That's good.
Hmm.
So, I
No, no.
mean, like, is it like a weekly thing? I mean, is it sort of like Wednesday nights, tea, wine, cult activities?
Yeah, singing songs and lighting fires,
7 to 9
sacrificing. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good lord.
Blood sacrifice on Thursday, crochet on Tuesday.
Oh, I just went really dizzy there. Oh. Oh, hey. Yeah, no, they hold weekly meetings. It's
There must be some kind of a schedule.
she brings everyone
It's
in
in
every
order.
week, and there's this bloody thing down in the dungeon trying to summon some demon or other.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Oh, demon summoning. Oh yeah. But by this point, I don't think anything could surprise me. I mean, I woke up here. I had vampires, werewolves, demons, devils, stick
car.
people. I mean, is every day in Barovia this exciting, or are we just lucky?
Barovia's boring. Nothing happens in Barovia.
Just us then. All right. As I expected. Hang on, your mother has a literal cult in her basement, and you're saying that Barovia is boring?
It's not as if they get up to anything. They go down there, they chant a little bit, and then they disappear.
All right. This is an out of character questions because I know they said they do it every week, but did they mention what day?
No.
The cult activity happens?
Tea,
Like I said,
biscuits, cult.
Saturday, 7 till 9.
Oh, hey. Yeah, they didn't
Are
mention
we the
a
cult?
specific day. Was it
They didn't mention it.
they
did
didn't mention a specific day? No.
Okay. So yeah. So I guess Mal says so. If we did want to join the cult, what is the best? Not that I'm saying that we do, but just so that we know what day to avoid for when the cult members are, having their tea and their biscuits and their ritual demon sacrifice. What day is it best to pencil in for that?
You can go down any day. You offer to help overthrow that stupid Baron, and she'll be all ears.
Oh, the Baron, you say?
Yes, that bloody Burgomaster and his damn festivals.
Yeah, what are those about? Everyone asks basically says, "Oh, don't ask about it. You don't talk about the festivals. You just let him get
No,
on with it."
the
We're doing
festivals,
festival, we don't
the
talk about the
constant
festival.
bloody festivals. You kind of see his brother looks over at him and makes like a shushing motion, almost as if he starts looking around in fear as if someone might hear him.
So I mean,
First rule of the festival.
don't talk about the festivals.
That's right.
First rule of the festival is the first rule of the festival.
Exactly.
Second
The
rule of the
rule
festival, there
is
is
you
no
don't
festival.
talk about the festival.
We're on fire during this conversation, lads. Yeah. So Mal kind of leans in, and she's like, "So like between you and me, and I promise it's not going to go any further, because like I say, we're not from around here anyway. So this is just a clueless outsider, trying to make sure she don't say anything that's untoward. But what is the deal with the festivals? I mean, we heard there was a riot carry on with the Burgomaster's son at the last one."
Yeah, he stormed off. That's the best thing that's
Why?
happened in years.
I'm sorry, you cut out a bit there for me.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Yeah. Yeah, he stormed off. He left. It was the funniest thing and the best thing that's happened in years.
that. I mean, it does sound highly irregular. I mean, why do you think he defied his dad? Did he just have enough of it?
Who knows? Provides us entertainment. I don't care.
I mean,
Was there an argument between them, maybe, or did did you
First
see
we
them?
saw was him just storming off back to the house.
gosh, must have been a right carry on. Imagine that was talking point for about a week afterward.
Baron didn't look too happy. No one dared talk about it, though.
Of course, because obviously you don't talk about the festivals. Getting that. I heard an interesting rumor that he was due to be an in-law of yours. I mean, did you dodge a bullet there?
Mother would love that
were
one.
were you looking forward to having him as a brother?
Mother would love that. Anything to take over this town.
So, what happened? I mean, who? If your mother was all for it, how come? He's shut up in his house, staring out the window, and not going to these festivals.
'Cause he's crazy.
Uh huh. Mal sort of like thinking to herself, okay, so like everyone else that we've met since arriving in Barovia.
Yeah, but when you've got
The
a
running
drunk
gag
Barovian
of
saying
Barovia.
somebody else is crazy, they're pretty crazy.
Seems to be the running theme of Barovia's insanity. Well,
I'm taking notes so I don't forget any of this. So everyone's gonna just bear with it. I have a feeling this will be important.
no, I'm trying to. I wish I could speak telepathically. Well, it would make it so much easier to say what I want to say without just coming right out and saying it. But, screw it. Have you ever heard your mother talk of a special weapon that you keep in the house?
Weapon?
Oh, I mean, there's always a
I
special
hear-
weapon for cults, isn't there?
But I hear rumors. I hear these strange rumors about this really particular weapon. I'm having trouble remembering what the name is. It's a
Oh, that's the
sword.
wine talking. This is Mal kind of like trying to sort of like play us, so we find out, and that makes it worse. So she's trying to help. You're just getting excited about that cult and their biscuits.
It does sound good.
Yeah, so the twins kind
you've
of
never
look
heard
at
of
each other and they look almost scared to see anything.
Interesting. An interesting reaction.
It's probably just a rumor. I'm sure.
I mean, you've been in your cups all day. Don't think I didn't catch you in the wagon on the way up here. He does like to get carried away with these rumors, does our Gilroy?
Hmm.
Gossip hound.
I'm sure it's probably nothing. I mean, you know, what cult doesn't have a rumor about some kind of magical weapon that's going to bring about the, rise of their demon lord or whatever?
Every cult has a symbol or something.
Well,
I
it's
think
probably symbolic, isn't it?
that's what I was thinking.
As you're talking, the look between the two brothers kind of intensifies, as if something's being discussed that really shouldn't be, as though there is almost like a tangible threat in the air, kind of thing, of something that shouldn't be going on, and
Interesting.
that's where we'll leave it for this week.
Oh, dang! I had a good line that I was going to say. Hey, who wants more wine?
So much for finding out what happened to Apricot.
Yeah.
We'll catch up.
Yeah, we'll
I
get
mean,
to
to
that
be
point.
fair,
There
like, I
is,
think we
yeah,
did say last week we're not going after the druids yet because we will die.
That
No,
too.
it's fine.
yeah, we will discover what happens to Apricot, though. That I can
We'll
assure
stick
you.
our noses into that another day.
Yeah, right.
So, how did everyone find this week's session then?
Good.
Oh, just a little scared from my boy's life. Nothing much.
I'm ready for Mal and Gilroy's buddy cop adventure to continue.
Depends how long it takes Theo and Ravenheart to get from Castle Ravenloft to.
I feel
Valaki.
like we split up into two different genres. Like we've got some kind of like true crime heist movie going on one side, and then like The Great Escape going on the other one.
Yep.
Truth is, I'm always stuttering. Hook.
Oh dear me.
So
Oh hey. shall end today's stream. So thank you guys for being a part of today's stream. For joining us to view. We do a few there in chat at the moment. We are here every Saturday, 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock GMT. We always have fun and we always enjoy seeing what these 4 and normally 5 can get up to and see what trouble they can cause in Barovia. Yeah, join us again next week to resume our journey. For now, guys, bye bye.